This is page 66, number 10 out of the Exeter Math 1 book, problem sets. It's also a good review for CP Math 2 and solving quadratics. So basically what we have is we are solving these equations. Okay, they are all quadratics, and we're solving them for the variable, whatever variable they give us. Looks like we have x, s, and m's. Okay, and on all these, we just want to get the x all by itself. We want to get it all to one side and isolate the x. So on this first one, we already have it isolated. So we have x squared equals 11. The inverse function of squaring something is square rooting it. So we square root it. Now since we're doing the inverse here, we're solving, our answer would be plus or minus root 11. And that would actually be an exact answer that you can have. If you wanted a decimal form, you could actually find a decimal. Let's do that too. Okay, so we have x equals plus or minus 3.317. That's rounded. It's approximately that. And the reason it's plus or minus here is basic, easy reason is because if you square a positive or a negative 3.317, you'd get 11. Okay, let's look at B here. We want to isolate this s by itself. So the way we do it is we want to get the 101 away from it, so add a 101 to both sides. We get 5s squared equals 244. Now, the problem here that I actually end up getting, is the easy problem, is that my 5's and s's look very similar, so I have to make sure that I remember this is the variable s. I still want to get the s squared by itself, so it's multiplied by a 5, so I need to divide by 5. So I end up with s, and sometimes I'll put a little line through my s just so I remember that that's an s and not a 5. So s squared equals 244 divided by 5, which is 48.8. And now we do the same thing I did on part A. Square root s equals the square root of 48.8, which is plus or minus 6.986. 6.986. Again, that's approximate. C actually is really easy because we square root both sides here. Well, the square root of 0 is 0, and you don't have 0 is not either positive or negative, so the answer would be x equals 0. And last one here, we need to isolate this m all by itself right here. So I want to subtract a 12. Subtract 12. Subtract 12. I end up with 18 equals 0.4 m squared. So I have to do the same thing I did right here. Divide by that coefficient. Divide by the 0.4. So I can get that m all by itself, the m squared all by itself. So 18 divided by 0.4 is 45. So 45 equals m squared, square root. So we get m equals plus or minus root 45. That is our exact answer. So notice on these ones I couldn't come up with an exact answer because you can't really do a square root of 48.8. But here, that's our exact answer. Or, decimal form, it is m equals plus or minus 6.708. That's it.